Good morning. Today I'm on my way out of Winslow. My parents trailing me in their rental car, and we are heading for the Barringer Meteor Crater. Following a little mishap involving a bag with a hole in it and a bottle of soap that came unscrewed, my whole charging infrastructure was non-operational last night, which means that the GoPro has about half a battery and the reserve stick has no battery at all. So yeah, that's if it's a short video today, that's gonna be why. Otherwise I'm gonna have to find somewhere to pause and juice up, or today is gonna be a pretty empty day for the record. So today's itinerary: Barringer Meteor Crater, followed by a drive through what looks like it's gonna actually be more rain, to Walnut Canyon over by Flagstaff, which is sort of a mini Mesa Verde with some Native American ruins, hiking there if feasible, and then north up to the Grand Canyon. Here's the biggest fragment of the meteorite which made the crater. It's a heck of a paperweight. And there's the meteor crater. $60,000 years old, formed by a 150-foot, 300,000-ton meteorite. It slammed into the earth here and flipped all of the desert up on itself, forming all those extra layers around the edge of the crater. Bang.
The asthma girl. They helped when he gave her.
For context on the size, this thing is a mile across, and that tiny little white speck down in the middle standing next to that stuff is a 6-foot astronaut. The little grill down there is actually a 14-foot long boiler. This thing is huge. Apparently they also had the Apollo missions do all sorts of testing and training here to figure out what it was like moving around on the edge of a crater. Do you know where the restroom is? He's not much help. What about you? Nah, this is just the guardian of the storm over here. That looks ominous. Let's
That's a great picture frame, isn't it?
not go hike through there. Right?
Yeah, pass.
The Meteor Crater folks have their own coffee shop. I feel at home. Oh, that rain is coming in hard. Look at that wall. Yeah, we better run. Yeah, I'm not confident my rain gear is gonna do much against this. And like the song says, don't forget Winona. Mountains heading into Flagstaff. It's starting to look a lot more like the Appalachians than I thought it would. And welcome to the rainy alpine village of Flagstaff. It's like Washington State meets Appalachia. I'm sure it's not like this all the time, but that really is the impression I'm getting. The rain's still here, but we don't have time to tarry, so welcome to Walnut Canyon.
Everybody just wait a minute.
It's 700-something steps total to get down to the cliff dwellings, so we're in for a bit of a hike. A little sunshine does a lot. Partway down, we've discovered our first cliff dwelling. Too bad it's over there. And here we are, taking pictures of each other taking pictures. Under this massive overhang, here are the cliff dwellings. Yep, it's just a few walls right now, but I can imagine when there were walls on this side, probably was a decent-sized little passageway here. This gnarly tree. Gnarly, dude. So the current scientific consensus is that around 1050 AD, the eruption of the Sunset Crater volcano drove people down into this canyon where they built these, what are now ruins. They would have campfires inside the buildings to keep them warm during the winter, and that's left this sooty smoke remnant on the roof. When this wall came all the way up, there was a vent right there, and you can see where the smoke all funneled through and made it all black. Supposedly they lived here for a good 150, almost 200 years, and then a combination of drought and just general population dislocation drove them out. We found a few of these walls that are really black, and I scraped it with my fingernail, and it looked a lot like what came off of it was soot. So I'm thinking maybe they were having some really nice bonfires out here. I wonder if they knew how to barbecue. Here's some rooms. Yeah, they're saying some have evidence of fire inside them and some don't. So some of them may have been storerooms while others were living quarters. Look at how small that door is. Yep. You'd really have to stoop to crawl in there. You're small enough, you might fit.
Yeah.
Now it's time to embarrass myself. Let's see how quickly I can get through that door. Oh. Woo. I'm through. Now quick, let's go before somebody sees the footprints. And I think we found the winners, the ones labeled no entry. Wow, look how complete these are. You can see the black charcoal interior. There's even a piece of wood hanging out in this doorway.
Little community here.
Yep. And all of these entryways are kind of V-shaped. I wonder if that's intentional or if they blew them open trying to excavate.
Oh, that's hard to know.
It is. This was a whole community up here.
Here's the full view of the vent hole, the door.
Yeah, so since that last one lacked a vent hole, it was probably a storage space. By now we all know how the GoPro does in dark spaces, so I'm not about to stick my hand in there. Begin the ascent. Wow. This is an incredible place. Yeah, look at the layering on that rock down there. I don't know if it's igneous or what, but it all looks folded on top of itself. All murky and muddy.
Jabba do Hutt.
Jabba the Hutt stone.
Jabba the Hutt.
Look at those dwellings in the cliff across. I bet when it was cold and snowy and quiet and all those little places were glowing, that this was an extremely cozy home. Really does make you wonder why they left. Alright, well those ruins rocked. Now we're on our way for the final hour and 19 minutes up to the Grand Canyon. Now we're in the Kaibab National Forest. It smells strongly of pine, even in the car. This is not how I envisioned Arizona, but I kind of like it. And welcome to Tusayan, a village of basically hotels and restaurants, only a few miles from the edge of the Grand Canyon. I'm gonna sleep here tonight because tomorrow I'm beginning my elevation odyssey.